Oh, I'm doing okay, I guess. I'm glad that in L.A. County, they get the list of people that have bought raw milk and SWAT team raid them. I think that's good. That sounds like a free country to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely a free country there. Hey, I wanted to ask your opinion about this summer. I'm planning on taking my daughter to New York City, but just with everything going on, I mean, do you think it's safe?
New York City is I like New York City in many respects. I mean, it's interesting, but it is the capital of the Western New World Order, and I probably will never take my children there. And, you know, I have to debate whether I need to get them out of this country. The problem is there's nowhere to run. I mean, this country really is been taken over by vicious criminals that want to kill their opposition. I mean, we're run by some bad people. So I would just think about that. I mean, if you've got the money and have already gotten prepared and stuff, and you think you want to give her the cultural experience of going to the New York Natural History Museum and the planetarium and stuff, it's interesting. I'd love to take my children there, but I don't have time to drive them there, and I just can't let weird perverts, you know, grab them and drag them in a back room and rip their clothes off and everything and have cops SWAT team me and beat me over the head. So, you know, just country's dying right in front of me. It's real sad.
If we have to do that, we're not going to see whatever attractions, you know, because I'm not going to let somebody lay their hands on my daughter.
Well, they're now doing that at a lot of it. At Disney World and stuff, they're starting selective groping and have scanning, and the Pentagon admits that it's a laboratory of prison cities. Disney facilities now are Pentagon-run models. You can actually look this up. Disney admits this. This is in their public reports. First one I saw was in '96. Just type in Disney Pentagon Laboratory, and you think it's fun with everybody there, but it's actually a model of a concentration camp. How you go in, how you're surveilled, how you purchase. It's a model of the cashless society beast system. How's that sound?
Sounds like a all-American great family vacation. Can I tell you real quick about my experience in 2006 traveling?
Sure.
Okay, my family and I were flying from Pennsylvania down to Disney World. We were at Pittsburgh Airport. Now, I've had 3 major hip surgeries due to a neurological condition.
You're a bad person. You're a bad person.
And I had a card with me stating that I had metal in my right hip.
Sir, they don't care. They're there to make you learn that you're a prisoner and to make you learn that you're a suspect in bad. This is slave training. Okay? This is about breaking your will.
Pulled me aside for a half hour. I could not believe it, you know, because my daughter was 4 at the time. She was scared. She didn't know what was going on.
That's all. They're training your daughter to see daddy taken away. That's why they have FEMA training to take the kids away and they have the kids put their hands up and get on the buses. It's all slave training, sir.
She knows I listen to you, too. And she's always like, if you ever call in Alex Jones, tell Alex Jones I said hi. You know, so my 9-year-old daughter, Nicolette, says hi and says to keep doing what you're doing.
So, but look. I've seen them scream at people over 2 ounces of something, you know, the hotel shampoo, and then that's even allowed. They don't care. It's about training you that you're bad. Government wants to teach you. You're a bad human that hurts the earth. Government is your God. Government is good. And all the scum that government's hiring is your God. That's what tyranny is. They turn loose the worst people that no one wants to associate with, that no one wants to be friends with, that no one wants to be around. They become our gods. Don't you understand that?
I watch They Live, and it feels like I'm watching a documentary.
You haven't seen anything yet, buddy. When they start shutting down freedom of speech, start arresting people, it's going to get bad. And it's going to get real bad for the enforcers, too. But that's part of the plan, too. All these tough guys. When they put the American people's back up against the wall, all their drones and all their crud's going to mean nothing. But the bankers don't care because they're going to sit offshore. It's all part of the plan. And all the bureaucrats are going to just play right along with it. I appreciate your call. Let's go ahead and go to our drone breakdown. It is illegal for the Department of Defense to be engaged in any domestic operations. But as they've announced with NDAA, they'll kill you, they'll arrest you, they'll disappear you. It violates posse comitatus. They've announced a $40+ billion funding program for 30,000. I think that sounds like a lot. The Air Force has more than that alone. 30,000 drones, including Reapers and Predators, including armed systems, and they are to be used domestically against farmers, against for enviro regs. The spy satellites worldwide are already being used from Australia to the U.S. that you paid for to watch your farm, to claim they see runoff from your cows, fining you. Just a total high-tech 24 surveillance. They can dial in and your phone turns on in your house and listens to you, your cell phone. All the new appliances have tracker chips and audio/video, depending on the system, dialed in via the smart meter that will control the temperature of your home, all being announced. We tell you 6-7 years ago about the plan for the smart meter, and it wasn't openly admitted then, but it was in government documents. We were conspiracy theorists. Now it's admitted. But a spy drone, again today, almost flew into a passenger jet over Denver International, and FAA is investigating an extremely dangerous incident. It was the drone that almost caused the accident, but doesn't matter. The answer is just get rid of pilots. And again, they'll still be there like a ceremonial toilet attendant or a waiter. But the aircraft's going to be flown by the robots. It means the globalists can make your plane crash if they want. Has a lot of other good little options for you. Hope you'll all enjoy that as well. Hundreds of products already have nanotech in it that is passing the blood-brain barrier and causing new neurological disorders. I know you're going to enjoy that as well. Continuing, this was, again, a big story. Got a lot of traction, as it should, yesterday. It was up on Drudge till this morning. It's at Infowars.com by Steve Watson. Judge Napolitano, first patriot to shoot down a government spy drone, will be a hero. Blast illegal use of plastic drones to spy on Americans in their backyards. And Shepard Smith, who, other than Napolitano, is one of the better people on Fox, because they know the libertarian system is very popular, so they let those guys talk about a little bit of freedom, but on a short leash. And he points out, as a local news reporter, if somebody had a fence, really it's about an 8-foot fence is what the regs and laws say, but he said if it was a 12-foot fence and some guy's got his movie star girlfriend out there sunbathing naked, I can't jack a camera up on a tripod and look at her, I go to jail. That's illegal. And Napolitano goes, yes, it's illegal for the government as well. And then they just go into it all. But in the earlier parts of the 2 newscasts that we have posted in the article on InfoWars, the news is saying it's good on Fox. They're going to keep us safe from Tim McVeigh. Is that potting soil really explosives? You're being watched. And then they cut to these guys with the rest of the story. But here is Napolitano saying he agrees with a columnist that said the first person to shoot down a drone is going to be a hero. No, the first person to shoot down one of these illegal drones is going to get SWAT teamed and dieseled till their feet explode and tortured and probably gang raped, because the government's run by sadomasochistic murdering scum who hate this country. Let's go ahead and play the clip.
Now, I listened to Charles Krauthammer last night, and Democrats too. There seems to be bipartisan outrage from this, about this. Do you think this is one time where both sides will come together?
Well, I would hope so. I mean, when the president bombed Libya, the Congress looked the other way. Now the president wants to dispatch plastic drones to spy on Americans. It would be reprehensible for the Congress to look the other way. And I want to give a shout out to Charles Krauthammer. He's 100% correct. The first American patriot that shoots down one of these drones that comes too close to his children in his backyard will be an American hero.
But I'm just going to give you another scenario. Lackawanna 6, training in Buffalo. They think there's something going on there. They can't get in, but they can see above. Would you say it's okay to use a drone for that?
Get a search warrant from a judge. That's what the Constitution says.
All right, we'll find out if a drone is coming to a neighborhood near you.
And if coming to a neighborhood near you, but again, it's to keep us safe from a terrorist. The terrorist that the government openly funds in plain view in front of everyone. People say, Alex, I don't know if 9/11's an inside job. It was in Newsweek the hijackers were trained at U.S. bases, and the colonel went public and said, I trained Muhammad Atta. The government's involved in this. Of course, criminal elements. They ran drills of attacking the exact same buildings at the exact same time on 9/11. Same thing on 7/7 in London. And it came out there that an MI6 agent was running that operation, and the guys were patsies that thought they were part of a drill. Folks, don't ever get recruited as an informant and they want you to simulate explosives. In fact, people know that now. That's why they've actually got to find mentally retarded people now to set up. Before they would get like a school teacher. Hey, you're a Muslim. You know, you've spoken out against Muslim extremism. How would you like to get paid on top of it, do some simulations? Oh, sure. Okay, here's the backpack. Have a nice day. There's nothing the slaves won't buy. Oh, it's so good. You know, some days I get really nasty and surly. And then I'm sarcastically saying the stuff that's in the news, but it still sounds like satire because it's so over the top. And I may sound mean to the system, calling them scum, trash. If people would have done this with the Soviets or with the Nazis or with others, stuff wouldn't have gone the way it did. I mean, we got to call this out. You know how many Rockefeller Foundation documents we posted at Infowars.com over the years where they admit sterilants in the food and water, brain damaging us, how they're doing it, all the other UN documents. I mean, it's all right there. I mean, they're killing us, man. This is serious. And then even when Fox criticizes the drones, because CNN and others are like, Anderson Cooper, who admits he's CIA, is like breathless. It'll keep us safe. 30,000 drones. Thank God the Pentagon's here. It's so good to have troops everywhere. Yeah, it's great in every third world country. Yeah, Anderson. And I'm sitting there looking at all of this. And even on these Fox News shows, if you go to Infowars.com to our article about it, Judge Napolitano, first patriot to shoot down government spy drone, will be a hero. In the first half, I'm just showing you the second clip, second parts, they introduce it like it's a good thing. And, hey, they're coming to watch you in your house. Isn't that great? Ha, ha, ha. And mercury's good for your kids. Ha, ha, ha. And, yeah, almost pure corn syrup shown to brain-damaged children is in your formula. Isn't that's funny, too. It's funny how we got the highest cancer rate and everything else. Man, this is really funny. This is funny. It's like I walked out of P.F. Chang's a couple years ago, and I said, that's the DynCorp building. They got caught running giant child kidnapping rings. The cop started laughing. He goes, I know, I do work for him sometimes, like the head, the head commander or whatever. They all just laughed at me. It was just funny. Because, see, if they didn't laugh, they'd have to go, oh, you're good guys that fight crime. There it is right there. Oh, I do off-duty work for them. And, of course, most people in the building aren't involved in that. It's just like the police don't even investigate money laundering by big banks. But when you go in to wire $1,000, you get 20 questions because you're a low-down scum American. Or, if you're getting a check for, say, $5,000 to pay somebody. Oh, what's this for? You're going to do little secret police questions? Yes, we are. Do you have something to hide? Oh, really? How much drug money is this bank launder? Shut up and stop treating me like a criminal, you filth. You little Stasi spy. You're the threat. You're the scum. You're the dirtbag. You want to make me feel guilty. I'm sorry. I'm going to try not to get angry anymore. Let's just go back and go to the next Napolitano clip when he was on with Shepard Smith. Here it is.
Thanks. Well, Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano is with. They can't require us to build an extra bedroom, but I guess they can spy on us from ahead.
Well, they can't spy on us from ahead.
They really can't, can they?
No, they can't.
But they will.
Did you see any legislation enacted by the Congress or signed by the President or any amendment to the Constitution?
No.
Answer, no. These are regulations in which bureaucrats gave themselves the authority to capture images of us in the privacy of our backyards, and depending upon how low the drones fly, Jonathan can back me up, inside the home, if the drone is able to see inside the home, and to retain and analyze and distribute amongst members of the government what they find. This is not permitted by the Constitution. It's not permitted by federal law. The Congress didn't vote on it. The President's been silent about it. Bureaucrats did it on their own.
And this has been the case forever, and I know from working local television 15, 20, longer than that ago, if you, as a citizen, have a reasonable expectation of privacy, for instance, your girlfriend is laying out by the pool in the backyard, and you have a 12-foot fence around your backyard. If my television camera shoots over that 12-foot fence at that woman who's naked in the backyard, I've committed a crime because she has a reasonable expectation of privacy. The drone shouldn't be allowed to do that either for the exact same reason.
I would make the same argument as your hypothetical neighbor who wants to see what your